For the past few weeks, people have been wearing Springbok shirts to show their support for the Boks. SABC News reporter Ofentse Setimo and video journalist Muchabi Mikwa are speaking to vendors about the sale of shirts. Good morning. Thank you so much. I see that you're wearing your Bok jersey. It's a Bok Friday, so well done to you, Ofentse. The question also, though, is where are people buying their jerseys now that it is crunch time ahead of the finals?
Thank you very much and a good morning to you, Aldrin. Well, I can tell you that because it's a Bok Friday, I'm actually allowed also to be a little casual, and be like ordinary folk out there. Well, I can tell you that there is a hive of activity where we are right now. We are just outside Colonnade in Montana, where there are, as you rightfully mentioned, some informal vendors that are actually selling some rugby regalia. They're selling Springbok flags. They're selling South African flags. And, they've actually been telling us that it's actually been a bumper week, especially as Springboks actually made it to the finals. I'm actually going to speak now just to find out how they're actually feeling and how the sales have been going this week. Baba, bongela isikhathi sakho ngicela ungichazele ukuthi ama-sales ahamba njani since this week where Springbok regalia ngiyabona ukuthi nibhizi yathengisa ayahamba.
Okay. All right, thanks my brother, Yeah, since we have started selling these Springbok T-shirts, no, my brothers and sisters, wherever you are, we are happy. We are happy about the business. So I'm just advising you, wherever you are, don't just wait for the government and wait for ANC to create you a job. Just wake up and do something for a living.
Yes.
Thank you.
But how have the sales been? I understand that people are actually buying them like hotcakes.
Sorry?
Oh, it looks like a lot of people are actually buying like a lot of shirts this week.
Yeah, my brothers. No, the T-shirts are going, my brothers. I don't want to lie to you. The T-shirts are going. Our business is moving. We are happy. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes, my brother. I'm also going to try to actually speak to some of the other guys. It's just that, as you can see, there is a hive of activity, and these guys are actually quite busy, selling some of these items that they are selling. And I had lined up a few guys to actually speak to, but as you can see, most of them are actually in the middle of the street. They're busy selling their flags. I'm actually going to try to, identify one of them to actually come closer so that he can also elaborate. As you can hear, most of them are actually happy about the support that they're actually getting from the motorists from out here. Meauti, thank you so much for your time, man. Kopon tlhalose or the sales city tsamaya since the Bok eba fitla go di finaleng eta so.
My name is Kitabo Mkwena ne. Ke a leboha for ba le letsatsi le la rena la go government a rena re dumelle re rekise. But today at least so beternyana a tshwane. Something yana re ka sira le rena bana ba je go hae kwa. And re leboela le letsatsi le khonneng go fa lona le tle le khone re interviewer. Ka nako a rena yona pila at least ba supporta re try yona nako nyene ba re fileng yona re berekise.
Yeah, and how shebile di Bok or barking All Blacks ka usane who winang and why?
Obviously who winner rena and why itso mzanzi ke mzanzi bua ka ntongwe le ngwe le ngore e mo high. Bonsoir. It's not like we are the defending champion. Normally vele a win.
Yeah. And then go to lore me brad ya tsamaya di hute blind. Like setso editse bokae since this morning.
This is a secret, but I can't say. Marabareka, Sengalbozan son of Barek.
Oh, happy.
Yeah, I get happy. I get to today, Velocotopella Mangana, Diloniana Christmas.
Thank you so much. Well, as you can hear, he's actually telling me that it's been quite a good morning where he's made quite a good earnings. He's actually not able to divulge how much he's made for obvious reasons. He's saying that, but immediately when he's done selling here, he's actually going to go to the retail to try and get his kids some Christmas toys and some Christmas items, just to make them happy. But the sentiment here in Colonnade, Montana is that, the sales are actually going quite well for the informal vendors that are actually here. We're going to be crisscrossing the busy areas where they're actually selling some of these merchandises to also find out from those that are buying to list, especially before 9 p.m. tomorrow when the Springboks will actually be taking on the All Blacks. We know that some people are going to buy boerewors for their braai, a bit of drinks, and also the clothing regalia, including the flags and everything, and with that.
Ofentse, tell us what is on your shopping list quickly before we go to Pimani. What is on your shopping list ahead of tomorrow's final?
Well, basically, what is on my list is actually just to make sure that, my subscription for the channel will actually be on, and then I'll be able to tune in. But I'll definitely make sure that, you know, there's some snacks and also some light drinks, you know, just to make sure that that 80 minutes is not going to be too stressful, because, you know, sometimes, especially judging by the two previous matches that we had against England and against France, they were quite hectic, so you needed something to sort of calm the nerves. So I'm thinking definitely I'll be getting something to calm the nerves, so that once it gets too hectic, then I know that there's something that I can turn on to. And then with this, we can go to Pimani, who's also tracking on this story for us.
Good morning, Ofentse, and good morning, Aldrin. Indeed, we are in Limpopo, in a town just outside Hoedspruit in the province, where there is also high anticipation ahead of that final match tomorrow evening, where the Springboks will be playing the All Blacks in the World Cup in France. But here, as you can see behind me, there is a Sevens South African tournament currently happening, where we've seen 12 primary schools participating in this tournament. But one of the most interesting things about this area is that there is a local who is a former Springboks player who played in the 2021 World Cup, Mr. Chili Boy Ralipele. Chili Boy, thank you so much for being here with us. Before we can talk about your anticipations about tomorrow's match, take us through what is happening here. We see there are boys playing. What is happening?
Thank you very much, Ian Pim. And I think what's happening out is that there's a tournament that's taking place, a sevens tournament, where it's a combination of 12 schools from 2 provinces, from both Mpumalanga and Limpopo, and they just came together just to play the weekend of sevens, which is, I think it's great for South African rugby. It's great for the development of the game, and we've seen so many great youngsters and so many, the future Sia Kolisis, the future Lucanio M's are sitting here amongst all these youngsters, future Eben Etzebeth, and that's what we're here to see, and we're here to make sure that we nurture that talent, and we'll make sure that we upkeep for the development of the game.
Talking about development and ensuring that there is the next generation of Bok players, let's talk about tomorrow's match. These are 2 highly ranked teams. What are your expectations?
Tomorrow it's a colossal challenge, and it's a clash of the 2 giants. And I mean, it's every spectator, every player, and every player's dream to actually be part and play South Africa. We have to the Boks play the All Blacks, and to witness South Africa play the All Blacks too. So it's what rugby's been waiting for, and to have the 2 best teams in the world going out there to collide against each other, I think it's It's going to be a massive one, but we've set our intentions straight, and with Rassi's selection, we've seen that what Coach Rassi's put a 7-1 split, which shows again with the weather conditions that is expected that side, is that it's just going to be a forward out battling game, and I believe we've got the edge, and I believe that Sia and the boys will bring it back to us.
As a hooker, I know your team in 2011 didn't go to the final. You were eliminated much earlier in the stages. But what do you think is going through the mind of other hookers, Mbonani for instance, and the substitute who would be playing tomorrow? How did it feel like? What do you think is going through their mind currently right now?
I think Bongi alone, Bongi has grown to be such a great player and a world-class player, and he himself, he understands, and also with Dion, they understand what is needed and what's required, and it's just for them to do their job. And we want Bongi to go out there to keep hurting the people, because the more All Blacks they can hurt and soften up front, it just makes it easier for the rest of the pack to kind of have that dominance figure all around. And I think it's a great opportunity, and it's one that he's being there previously in 2019 World Cup. So the experience that he carries and that Dion also brings, it's quite immense, and I hope that experience will filter through tomorrow, which I believe it will.
Talking about the All Blacks, it won't be a walkover. You have played against the All Blacks in your past life before you retired. Take us through what are some of the main things. You spoke about tactics, how there's different tactics now and then. What are some of the main differences that you think put the Springboks, this current team, ahead of the All Blacks?
When I look at the Springboks of 2011 to Springboks of today, is that what Coach Rassi is able to do, he was able to create two great teams. So for him, where previously coaches will just mainly focus on a starting 15 and have the starting 15 play 80 minutes week in, week out, and that never kind of relate to creating a consistency around players and building other players around. So what you see now, what Rassi has managed to do is managed to create two great teams that are equally good, equally great, that he can pick any of the players from, whether from the bomb squad or from the starting, to come and do the job. And each and every player understands their roles and responsibility going toward each and every game, which makes this Springbok side such unique, and which makes this gen of young Springbok team so great. And also it's a future prospect also for the team ahead.
As we wrap, where will you be watching the match? Is there going to be a big screen? Where are you watching the match tomorrow?
So we've booked a lovely table at Arugula, and the whole team, or meaning our whole office team, is going to be there. We're all going to be cheering the team with the rest of the town behind us. So we're really excited and looking forward to the clash tomorrow night.
Thank you so much. That's Mr. Chili Ball Ralipele telling us that he will also be joining in on the festivities tomorrow as the Boks take off with square off with the All Blacks at France on that World Cup. As you can see behind me, the next generation of rugby players in South Africa are being groomed, and they are ready to take over the reins. Aldrin?
Thank you so much, Pimani Baloyi. There, all we have to say, here come the Bokke, here come the Bokke. I wonder if Joker will be able to sing along. It's time for weather forecast.